Welcome back to Satisfactory version 1, where today I have a big treat for you. We're gonna do crystal oscillator and heavy modular frames into a mega factory. This is literally just the tip of the iceberg because there are things from here all the way down to the floor. And if you know where we are, you can see that the floor is pretty low. Of course, if you're just tuning in, don't hesitate to check in the video description below for all previous episodes. Now, before we go into this factory and I show you the crystal oscillator and heavy modular frames, if you have seen the previous episodes, you know that over here we're making a lot of iron. Over here we're making a lot of quartz and behind some concrete. But we still needed to bring some copper. I found the copper alternate recipe that also uses water, and this is what's coming here at the top. It is not pretty, but I have done it in a very different way than the other ones, and that's why I wanted to show it to you. And I did it in a different way to show you that indeed, there is a couple of different ways you can do it. You don't have to bring all of the resources like we did all the time over there. If you are a bit lucky and you have both the resources, in this case, the copper, there is 2 pure nodes here, if I remember correctly, only using 1. Oh, and there's a mini enemy there. And you also have water close by, even if it's not a lot of water. This is a very, very small, lake. You definitely should just make it on site, right? Take your water, take your copper and make it on site. So that's what we're doing over here. As always, we have 5 of these so that a pipe Mark II at 600 per minute is fully optimized. So we're making 600. We have a Mark II pump to bring it, wherever you need to. In this case, we'll first bring it here. I could have put a storage there, but not even needed. And then it goes here on this second level where, you could make a lot of these. To be precise, I think I can make actually 60 of these because they don't take a lot at all. Look at this. This is only 15 per minute and only 10 of water. So indeed, a 600 pipe can have 60 of these recipe. And here 60 times the 15 of copper, that is 900 of copper ore, which is again totally feasible with 2 mines overclocked, right? 450 each, and you're done. So we can have 60 of them. 60 times 37.5, that means more than 2,000 of copper ingots. 2,250 to be precise. Now, I definitely didn't need that much, right? You may remember we actually only need some copper for the quartz, not even for the modular frames, and we only needed 70. So I didn't make that much. Actually, right now, only made 4. See then, a bit more than 4? No, 6, sorry. 2, 2, and 2, so 6. But yeah, I basically wanted to show you that, we can make them on site. And so with this, we're creating now these ingots, and then let's follow those ingots back into the city. There's quite a lot of radioactive materials over here. If you have seen my previous series for update 8, we actually made the gigantic nuclear reactor or nuclear power station over here. So yeah, this is going back directly into the city, going over here. Let's not fall to our death. Goes all the way down and into the factory. Now, looking at the factory, I've started to make it a bit better, but definitely not finished. You can see there's a couple, of different materials, right, and gates and things like this. Some transparent. Oh, we're gonna lose almost all of our health, but we're not dead. As long as you have all of your health, you will never die when you fall. So yeah, we also have those transparent, here, so we can see the waterfall below. But going actually into the city now is the important piece. And here it is, ladies and gents, we are now at the bottom, right at the bottom on the floor of the factory. It's a big foundation on concrete over here, right? We have the base floor, level 1 there, and then we're gonna have, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, all the way back up. Right, so I'm going to show you all of these, but right over here at the entrance, you can see already what we're doing. We're doing 5 per minute of crystal oscillators, and we're doing 5.6 per minute of heavy modular frames. We have the classic, combination of one-dimensional depot uploader, a big industrial container, so we can have a lot of reserves, and then lastly, an awesome sink, right, when this is full. This is going, as always with smart splitters, where we say first go here, then you can go there, and then when you're full, you can finally go into this awesome sink. And it's strange. Here it is. A couple are coming, you can see. So yeah, we have 2 of these for on that side, and on the other side, it's the same thing, right? Depot uploader, the industrial storage container, and the awesome sink. And in this case, we have 5 of these because each of them is doing 1, if I remember correctly. Yes. they are not doing needing the same resource, right? Quartz crystal, cable and reinforced iron plate, versus in the other one, we're talking about modular frames, encased industrial beams, steel pipes, and concrete. Now, I talked about it quite in details in the last episode, so I'm not going to go into all of the details, but just in case you're tuning in and just want to watch this episode, here is what we're doing. You can see all of the numbers and what's needed. As I said, 70 copper ingot, a bit more than 115 of rock quartz, a bit more than 110 of water, and a bit more than 80 of iron ore. This is not that much actually, right? And in terms of the buildings, we do need 5 manufacturers, then 2.5 assemblers for the reinforced iron plate, almost 4 constructors for the iron plate, then 3 with the alternate recipe for the screws, then 2.3 constructors for the cables, which are made out of wires, which means we need almost 5 for the wires, 140. Now there is a way to make wire with iron, so we could have gotten no copper at all, but you know, you'll even, I mean, I knew about it. It was more like, I want to show you one way to do it. But yeah, if you don't want to use copper at all, you could only use iron. And then lastly, we have, of course, our refineries for, you know, the raw quartz and the iron using water, which we have done already in the last episode. And similarly for the modular frames, right, we're talking about 200 of limestone, we're talking about actually 500 of water and a bit more than 500 also of iron ore, so it's definitely more. And you'll see there's actually even one place where I had to split it, it is over here. For the steel pipes, this was 7.2 constructors to make 180 steel pipes, that's fine, but it requires 720 of iron ingot. I don't have a belt to transport 720, right? So I actually separated it into 2 blocks. We have one block of 4.5 and one block of 2.7. That way, both blocks, you know, can have one belt. And also, the way I separated is because we need 180 of steel pipe, but for 2 things. There's 112 that go into an assembler for making the encased industrial beams with an alternate recipe, but then there's also the 67.5 that goes directly into the manufacturer. So I did 2 blocks like this. And yeah, these are the numbers again. You know, feel free to pause the video, take a screenshot, ask me on my Discord community if needed. You can find the link to my Discord community, which is of course free, in the video description below. So now the cool thing I try to do is that for each of these manufacturers, you have all of the resources then coming from up top like this, where you can clearly see them. Right? I have tried also a bit of a design where we don't have everything closed. You can see this is pretty open, each level is pretty open, except a couple of places. For example, over here in the back, it is actually closed. We have, you know, this door here, and then if you go inside, you are in a closed environment with a roof inside the roof. Versus here, this is the door, you know, to the back. We have a lot of pillars to make sure that, you know, the thing can stand. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why is there a spider inside my base? What the? I'm gonna die. I hate those spiders. And it is not even a basic spider, it's a spider that put some fumes. Let's put a lot of these on the line and then ask the spider to come to me. Now, if you have great ways to kill spiders, don't hesitate to tell me. I feel like they are pretty tough in general. I don't like them. If it wasn't clear already. Okay, let's see. Can we attract it? Come to Papa. Where are you? I know it's hiding. Where did it go? It's gonna attack me from behind. Where did it go? I don't know. Okay, well, forget I said anything. So, yes, we have the door in the back. We have over here my workshop. This is where you have, you know, resources. We have a lot of concrete. We have a lot of iron plates if needed, and also a bit of everything. So this is if I need, you know, to do some reparations after the spider is gone. We can do this. We have a MAM. This is, you know, a bit to make it fun, right? We don't really need those things here, but I felt that looked nice. And then, yeah, we have the stairs to go to the next level, but we are also hiding over here in the corner. And I'm glad the spider is not there. We have also those elevators. So this is the basic elevator where, you know, I can take this one, go to level 2. Take this one, go to level 4, level 5, level 6, right? And then in each level, I will be able, of course, to come back. So it is. We are now on level 2. I still don't see a spider. Let me actually take my rifle. So this is level 2. And what I've tried to do is that everywhere I should walk, this is this type of a coated concrete foundation. And then where the machines are, this is a normal factory floor, but always encased with those industrial railings. So trying to really create, different blocks. And we have also ways to go across to see what, to see everything, the belt, etc. We have ways to go a bit on top here. So we are now at level 3, right? We move from level 2 to level 3. There's some doors, there's the resources going up and down. You can see them. Oh, we've been playing for 2 hours. This is where the copper is coming from, right? And again, right, trying to have everywhere quite a few of those bridges so you can go across everywhere. You can see this is different productions, right? And I'll show you obviously each of those productions in a second, but first I want to show you a bit the layout, different layouts for the factory. As I said, here you can see all of the manufacturers and the resources that are coming down from these, and same on the other side for the modular frames. Right, we're gonna have a slightly different. So this is the middle of the factory, pretty open, separating both sides. And then on the other side here, we have, again, this is now level 3B or 4, no 3B. So we have other productions going here and all around again. This is where I'm supposed to work, and all of the productions are encased here. There is also stairs, here, for example, you can see stairs to go from the bottom level to this one or to the top directly. And there's also more elevators. So this is, for example, the elevator to level 4, right? We can take it and then go to the next one. So 4, let's take level 5 quickly. Take a second. Oh, it's night now, but you can see the green. Everything is green everywhere, except one is overclocked there. But we're now at level 5, right? We have all of those productions, but that's not all. There is still one more level on top. We have, the main productions here as always. Can go around, see the different resources going up and down. So it is not at all, wow, this is magnificent. Look at this guy. This is not the most efficient organization of this factory. I didn't plan it in advance, to be honest, but looks good. I feel it's very, organic in a sense. We have the resources going up and down. You can see here, and then let me show you the last level before we go back to, what are the key productions happening across the different floors. So then level 6 is gonna get us into the major underfloor, or logistic floor, depending on who you ask. So this is a logistic floor that goes all the way, and this is where we're gonna get all of our resources. For example, the concrete is gonna get down here. Then there is an iron that comes from there that goes here, another iron that goes over there. So again, not really nicely organized like in a perfect way, but it works. There is no problem, no clipping anywhere. I promise you, there's zero clipping. And this is here where we bring the quartz to go down. All of those productions. And then if you take these small stairs here, you will get into, some would call that, the main floor. I would call it more the top floor, which is where we started the episode, right? We started the episode on that thing there. But yeah, we have all of our refineries, and that hasn't really changed. So let's go back down. So I can show you quickly all of the big productions. Don't hesitate, of course, to tell me if you have any questions, comment. Also, if you want me to really make this factory beautiful, I would love to hear, because again, I spent a bit of time making it a bit better, a bit more organized, but I didn't spend, 60 hours to make it perfect. So here it is. We are arriving again on floor 2. So let's actually focus first on this side. You can see the 3 resources needed. We have the quartz crystal coming directly from the top floor, right? Then we have over here the reinforced iron plate. This is coming at level 0, and we have the cable at level 1 or level 3, depending on who you ask. So those production, this is what's happening here, right? We have one level here. This is a reinforced iron plate, goes here, and then it splits. Reinforced iron plate, easy iron plate and screws, right? This is what's happening just behind it. Here it is. We have 3 for screws, and we have, I don't remember exactly how many it was. What is it? 4? 4 for the iron plates. So the iron plates go there, level 0, the screws go here, right? They all both go together. One goes up, and it is. So classic, organization here. Do not hesitate to tell me if you have any questions. And then we have the cable just on top you can see here, it's coming from this one here with this elevated semi-level there, right? So that's what's happening for the cable. Here it is. This is a blueprint, right? You can hopefully recognize the blueprint here to make, we have in the middle the copper that comes, and then on both sides the wires, and then the wires come into three constructors to make the cables, and the cables will go down. So again, I'm not spending too much time, but this is the typical blueprint. You can actually even see it if we press F and press R, we can take it all out as a blueprint. And now similarly on the other side for the reinforcement plates, heavy modular frames, you can see the resources coming from up, except the in-case industrial beams are made on this level. But yeah, the concrete comes down, the modular frames and the pipes, they all come from previous or higher levels. On this level, we're making the in-case industrial beams with 5 assemblers. So here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those assemblers, they require a couple of different things, right? They're going to require steel pipes and concrete. So the concrete will come actually from up over here, right? Concrete comes here and then split. And then the pipes, they actually come from this one here. And this is the classic, 6 constructor blueprint. We just deleted one that was not needed. It takes here a lot of iron. It's actually 450 if I remember correctly, so it does go pretty fast, as you can see. And yeah, it makes the steel pipes, and the steel pipes goes here down. So with this, then we merge on this side the in-case industrial beams. And next to it, we have, as I mentioned before, another layout for doing the same pipes out of iron ingots, but these ones are the pipes that go directly over here, right? You can see it goes directly here and down. So we have in this level already done 2 resources, the pipe and the in-case industrial beams. Now it's time to go up, right, to see the next ones, and these are going to be a bit more complex. So next level up, we have again a lot of assemblers. We're actually talking about 7.5 to make a lot of modular frames. You can see working 100% as always, of course. Everything should be green in my factory everywhere. So what do we need here? Well, we need 2 things, right? We're going to need the iron rods and the reinforced iron plates. The reinforced iron plate comes from this one here. The rods come from the other side. Here. This is going down, right? And then when this is finished, of course, we can merge, and then split into those 2 that are going down directly into my, into the manufacturers. Okay, so let's continue to go up. I'm gonna take those stairs here to the next level, level 4. So on level 4, we're gonna have more assemblers to do the reinforced iron plates that are needed for those modular frames. This is similar to the other one, iron plates and screws. It goes here to be merged and goes down. Right? Here, these are the rods that I mentioned before, right? We do need to make them somewhere, so we're making them up and they're coming down. Here, this is a layout for the screws. Right? You can see 6 that are making the screws, and then the screws come here, and they are going to be split onto all of those assemblers, while the iron plates are actually coming from up over here. And then we get to level 5, the final level before being on the top floor, where we're gonna have now a lot of constructors. We need constructors for the iron plates. These are the 6 here, plus one that is overclocked, because we need 6.75. So that's 175 here. I could have put 7, but anyway, it's fine. We are making now lots of these shards. If you don't know how to make a lot of shards, don't hesitate to check the previous episode. But yeah, here we have all of the plates that are being merged and then go into this conveyor lift Mark 3, because we're making more than 120, we're making 135. So that's what's happening over here. And then on the other side, this is the roads. Remember, we're sending the roads down, all the way down for the modular frames. So that's what's happening over here. We have again 6. In this case, it's actually exactly 6 because 1 is 15 and we need 90. So yeah, and you can see resources going down, like this is the iron that's used for the steel pipes. Here, this is the concrete used for the in-case industrial beams, right? All of these resources coming down. And as I said, I know this is not the most beautiful factory, especially on the outside, But inside, I feel like I've done something pretty cool with this layout. We can really walk around on these bridges. We have over here our elevators, right, to go from all the way down to all the way up if needed. And I really like that we haven't, you know, blocked the waterfall on both sides to be able to see those waterfalls. I think really cool. So don't hesitate again to tell me in the comments below if you have any question about this factory. But now we are making a lot of crystal oscillators and heavy modular frames. And actually, if you don't believe me still, let's look at the storage containers, because these factories have been online for a few hours now already while I was doing, you know, some beautification. So yeah, there it is. This is getting pretty full. And the other one is making even more. So let's see. And we can only have 50 in a block, so yeah, actually this is already almost full. And we have the two-dimensional depot, right? So we can also find them here and there. This is perfect. So we made a mini copper factory. We have crystal oscillators and heavy modular frames that are automated with a pretty mega factory. But that's not all. Let's use those new resources to finish several new trees in the map. First, the alien megafauna. I mean, it was already at 90% with only one left. We can definitely do it. It's not that important, but with this, you'll be able to scan your enemies, like to see where they are, basically. If you're really looking for somebody to kill, you'll be able to do it. Let's see what it says.
Hostile organisms added to the object scanner. Note, it cannot detect the species, only aggression. There are many creatures that dislike you, Pioneer, but I am your true friend.
Thank you, Ada. I don't know what I would do without you. Then we're going to do the same with Caterium. There is only two left. We have the programmable splitter. So that one, we're going to research and I'll show you in a second. And we have also the homing rifle ammo.
Programmable splitter unlocked. This upgrade to the smart splitter provides additional options to improve conveyor belt logistics. Homing rifle ammo unlocked. This ammo can be loaded into a normal rifle and, when fired, will seek a target. Clarification. This does not make the rifle a homing rifle. If you leave the rifle alone, even when loaded with this ammo, it will not return home like a devoted and adorable puppy and/or kitten.
What? So yeah, we finished Alien, Megafauna, and Caterium, and then we have Quartz, where we have 4 left, but we can actually probably do them all. The first is the Pulse Nobelisk, so stronger Nobelisk, right? Then we're gonna have the Explorer.
Pulse Nobelisk unlocked. This ammunition for the Nobelisk detonator generates a powerful shockwave capable of repelling nearby objects, including the user. Unrelated. Please ensure all your Fix-It liability waivers are up to date.
Don't kill yourself.
Explorer unlocked. This personnel transport vehicle facilitates rapid traversal of difficult terrain and climbs like a mountain goat that has returned from extinction.
Okay. It's Goat Simulator all over again. Then a really important one is a scannable object for hard drive. It does require a scanner. Pretty sure we have one here, no? Yeah. Let's take it. So let's go back. And so with this, we're going to be able to find hard drive a bit easier, especially if you're not using the map, right? The wiki map. You probably want to get that one ASAP.
Object scanner magnetic sensitivity increased. It can now detect the signal of any hard drives at crash sites in your region.
Yeah, so I'll show you that in a second, but first we have the last one, the radar technology. Another really strong one that requires all 3 of the resources that we've automated in the last few episodes. First the computers, then the heavy modular frames, and lastly the crystal oscillator. 50 of each. Let's go.
Radar tower unlocked. The tower reveals resource nodes and other useful information on the map in a set radius from its location.
So in the equipment workshop, we can see some of those new things. The Pulse Nobelisk, for example, over here is going to take those Nobelisk and the crystal oscillator, so we can make a few. Similarly, the homing rifle is going to take your rifle ammo and some high-speed connector to make those homing rifle, which is sort of guided, right? So it's very good for something like the bees that attack you, right? They move, or even some of the spiders that maybe move a bit too fast for you/me. So that is good. We have that. Let's make just a few so I can show you in practice. Then in organization over here, we have unlocked the radio tower. So let's build one here. Should have the space. Yeah. It's getting crowded here, but you want, to put one, then you want to connect it to electricity. It's pretty tall, as you can see. There is also stairs, so you can go all the way up. It is not a tower, very high, so you can build easily from on top. That's not really the idea. There is another one here. Wait, I'm stuck. Damn you. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. So anyway, yes, you can go on top, but that's not the point. The point is, if I look at the map now, you can see tons of new things, right? We can see all of the resources that are around the map. I can see, also their quality, right, without having to press the V button, and I can see which one are already used. All of these are already used, right, and which one are not. In particular, by the way, also you can find the hard ones like Sam. This is how it can become easier to find them. Now this has a range though, right? So this range is over here. You will want to place others across the map to cover basically the whole map. And by pressing E on it like this, you also see what else is found. You don't see where they are, like I can't see exactly where those two are, but I can see there's two left somewhere. And similarly for, the slugs, etc. So that is really useful. And again, as I said, we've put one here. You probably want to put also one. I mean, this is not very efficient. We probably should have put one a bit more here, one a bit more there. Then you put one on this side, etc., etc. So radar tower, really good once you've unlocked them to start putting them. It does take a bit of electricity, 30 megawatts, but at this point we're making what, 12,000. So that's not a problem. Moving to transport, we have now the Explorer. On top of the tractor and truck, we have the Explorer, which is actually a lot smaller. This is not really to transport resources. Even if you have a truck, you can put some resources, but not that much. The key thing is more, this is for you to move around the map pretty fast. You're gonna see, and it can go, up and down and all of this, so it is. For the Dune Desert, for example, that is pretty good. So yeah. That is the Explorer. I know some people hate it and some people love it. I don't really mind either way. At this point in the game, usually I'm using more, those big towers here to move around with my, how is that called? Oops, sorry. With this thing here that I have in my hand, which is called the zipline. Yes, that makes sense. That was the zipline. And then last but not least, we have this programmable splitter, which is a bit like a smart splitter, but even smarter. Because instead of putting, just one thing, we can now put multiple. Oh, I'm being attacked, sorry. Just looking for trouble, this guy. Easy. So yeah, instead of putting just one, we can put multiple. For example, I can say you will put adaptive control unit and another thing, maybe alien DNA capsule on this side versus on that side you will put the AI the AI limiters, and you will put the automated wiring, and then in the center this is the overflow. This is actually really good in mega factories, especially maybe at the end of a train station or at the end of a truck station, where maybe you're getting a lot of different inputs in one place, and you want to then split them in different different belts and things like this. So yeah, that is the programmable splitter, which does cost again more. I mean, everything that's better always costs more. The smart splitter is just AI limiters. The programmable splitters is AI limiters, but also computers and heavy modular frames. So definitely again more. But yeah, pretty good one, and I'm really happy that now with this, if I look at my map, we have finished many of the tech trees. We still have the power slugs because we need these time crystals that are tier 9. In the sulfur we have 4, one that requires nuclear, one that requires aluminium, and then 2 that are pretty endgame because well, it's not that much endgame, but it requires again things we don't have, like this tank empty canister, and on this side you need to have done that one first. And then last but not least, we have the alien technology, where we still have the alien power matrix, which is definitely a tier 9 thing, but we have these ones I mentioned in the past, where it takes quite a few of the Mercer spheres, but also it takes a lot of SAM fluctuators, which we have been able to make in the crafting bench so far, but we could also start automating now that we have the manufacturers, right? If you look at the manufacturer over here, we will be able with this to automate the STAM fluctuators with reanimated STAM, wires, and steel pipe. Especially now that I have some nice alternate recipe for steel pipe and for wires, we could make that a bit easier. So I think we're going to do that in the next episode, do some an automation of SAM fluctuators, do also a couple of these upgrades here, and finishing phase 3, which will require 500 here of those modular engine and 100 of those adaptive control units. And then I think we will have done them all, right? Because we've already done those two, these. So yeah, this will be the end of phase 3 and the end, of course, of tier 6. So we can move to tier 7 and tier 8. I hope you're excited with this. Do smash like button, because even if it wasn't maybe the most beautiful factory you've ever seen, I can guarantee you it takes a lot of time to build and prepare and then record for you all. So I hope you enjoyed it. Smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.